Teachings of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. These are extracts from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Master, God and His glory. This universe is His glory. People see His glory and forget everything. They do not seek God, whose glory is this world. All seek to enjoy carnal pleasures and money. But there is too much misery and worry in that. This world is like a whirlpool of the Visalakshi. Once a boat gets into it, there is no hope of its rescue. Again, the world is like a thorny bush. You have hardly freed yourself from one set of thorns before you find yourself entangled in another. Once you enter a labyrinth, a maze, you find it very difficult to get out. Living in the world, a person becomes scorched, as it were. Visitor. Then, what is the way, sir? Master. Prayer and the company of holy men. You cannot get rid of an ailment without the help of a doctor. But it is not enough to be in the company of religious people only for a day. You should constantly seek it, for the disease has become chronic. Again, you can't understand the pulse rightly if you are chronically ill unless you are in constant touch with a doctor. Visitor. What is the good of holy company? Master. It gives rise to longing for God. It gives rise to love of God. Nothing whatsoever is achieved in spiritual life without earnestly longing. By constantly being in the company of holy people, the soul becomes restless for God. This yearning is like the state of mind of a man who has someone ill in the family. His mind is in a state of perpetual restlessness, thinking how the sick person may be cured. Or, again, one should feel a longing for God, just like the longing of a man who has lost his job and is wandering from one office to another in search of work. If he is rejected at a certain place which has no vacancy, he goes there again the next day and inquires, "Is there a vacancy today?" There is another benefit from holy company. It helps one to cultivate discrimination between the real and the unreal. God alone is the real, that is to say, the eternal substance, and the world is unreal, that is to say, transitory. As soon as a man finds his mind wandering away to the unreal, he should apply discrimination. The moment an elephant stretches out its trunk to eat a plantain tree in a neighbor's garden, it gets a blow from the driver. So, holy company is one way. There is another way. Earnestly praying to God. God is our very own. We should say to Him, "O God, what is your nature? Reveal yourself to me. You must show yourself to me. For why else have you created me?" Some Sikh devotees once said to me, "God is full of compassion." I said, "But why should we call Him compassionate? He is our Creator. What is there to be wondered if He is kind to us?" Parents bring up their children. Do you call that an act of kindness? They must act that way. Therefore, we should force our demands on God. God is our father and mother, isn't he? If the son demands his patrimony and gives up food and drink in order to enforce his demand, then the parents hand his share over to him 3 years before the legal time. Or when the child demands some money, some coins from his mother, and says over and over again, "Mother, give me a couple of coins. I beg you on my knees." Then the mother, seeing his earnestness and unable to bear it anymore, tosses the money over to him. So, we should earnestly pray to God.